Should we get into some nerdy news?
Yes, quite a bit of news this week.
Uh-huh. Starting off first and foremost,
Mm.
Peacemaker Season 2 is coming August 21st, and we've had a trailer for it.
We have.
Have you watched the
I
trailer?
have watched the trailer. Not that I've watched season one.
I watched like half of it and then I got distracted and we never finished it. It
Yeah,
was
'cause it was
good.
also
I can't remember what happened.
difficult to get over it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it might have just been something was going on in like normal life, and because it was a bit of a pain in the arse to watch, it fell by the wayside.
Mm.
But it's on Sky Atlantic on catch up, so I think me and Jenna are going to binge season 1, ready for
Okay.
season 2. The trailer looks good.
Mm.
We can see it's already connected in with the DCU, as we see Maxwell Lord and Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl are
Yeah.
there interviewing him to like
Yeah.
join their Justice League or whatever, and it doesn't look like it goes particularly well. We see him kind of navigating the idea of being a hero despite his past. And the shot from the trailer that seems to be getting the most attention is him like fighting himself.
Yeah.
People are very curious if that's Clayface.
I hadn't thought of that. I was thinking, is that their way of having this character move from DCEU now into DCU? They're doing a little
Like
multiverse.
he kills his person in this universe and takes their place.
Yeah, or like I wondered if it was a bit of that, of like, this is how they're going to get around those kind of canon issues.
Yeah. We also know that Rick Flag Senior is aware that he's the person who killed his son, which he's like, he didn't seem like super worried about, but he was a little bit like, that's not ideal. Is that going to be a problem? Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Season 1 of what I watched was good. I didn't stop watching it because I wasn't enjoying it. Life just happened. I'm curious to see what it's done. John Cena has improved as an actor tremendously. And this kind of project is in his wheelhouse. So we wait with bated breath for the third DCU project. Much more exciting.
Very exciting.
Fallout Season 2 is coming in December. Season 3 has already been greenlit. And we got a teaser.
Yep.
Which showed off New Vegas.
It did. And then we got a second teaser of the Ghoul. I forget what his name was
William
before.
Cobb was his name or something?
So yeah, doing a bunch of film sessions, Vault Tech ads. Which was very cool as well.
The one that cracked me up was like the underground fucking sun cream.
Yeah, even he was like, this doesn't work right. This is just moisturizer. But yeah, very exciting. And
Season 1 was a resounding success. Yeah. Everyone working on it seems to be really excited for the Season 2 scripts. All of the fans of the franchise are excited because New Vegas.
The fact Season 3 has already been greenlit
shows they have confidence. And I'm going to say this very quietly in case any TV execs hear us and decide to ruin my day. Are we finally going back to TV being on like a yearly release schedule? We know Season 4 of The Boys coming out, of The Bear is coming out this year, which is like 4 seasons in like 3 years.
Yep.
We're going to have 3 seasons of Fallout potentially in like 3.5 years. Are we almost getting back to like regular interval TV?
We can hope.
Don't say it too loud in case any TV execs here and decide to ruin our fun. And not just regular interval TV, good regular interval TV. Holy shit, we're so back. Speaking of The Bear, Liza Colon-Zayas, from The Bear fame, phenomenal actress, has been cast in Spider-Man Brand New Day. This comes along some other Spider-Man Brand New Day news, which I haven't written down directly because I've basically memorised it. The stunt coordinator, who works alongside Daniel Day-Cretin for Shang-Chi, is also going to be working on Spider-Man Brand New Day. The rumours are circling once again that Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be more grounded. I don't want to get too excited because there are too many people with power over Spider-Man films, and it makes it a little bit murky. But Daniel Day-Cretin knows how to direct action very well. We know the action coordinator working on this film is very talented.
Yeah.
We know Tom Holland is a fucking freak of nature when it comes to anything acrobatic. Along with this casting of a now Emmy Award-winning actress, I'd like to remind everyone, I would be remiss to not be excited, right?
I mean, The only person that seemingly could ruin this would be Sony. And that's the unfortunate thing, is because that's quite a big person in this situation.
They've got a lot of talent in ruining shit.
My hope is maybe, and this comes off Thunderbolts doing well, I think that helps the situation, because it's another thing that Marvel can be like, look, we already print you money with Spider-Man films. Look
Just
at the
let
last
us-
ones.
Yeah, just let us print it.
We're doing these more like varied styles, and we want to do like, we think this will really fit better to the character, and it's working with other characters when we do more true to comic things. Just let us fucking do it, and hopefully Sony will. Hopefully.
Big time. But things are looking good over there, I think is the best way we can describe it. The Thunderbolts director, Jake Schreier, is reportedly in talks to direct the X-Men film. So obviously script matters a lot more than director in Marvel, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But a director who has just directed a film focused around individuals suffering through their own personal grief, being a team, they have shown they know how to direct an X-Men style story.
Yeah, and the fact that he has brought some artistry and style to an MCU film, which is what we would love. Some nice bright yellow suits.
Yeah.
He loves the colour yellow, it seems, with the marketing. I mean, I'm not against this at all. This has potential.
The only people I could be tempted to be like, if they want it, give it to them, would be someone like Ryan Coogler.
I knew you were
because the guy's proved he can do comic book films. He's proved he's an absolute stud director. And more importantly, X-Men is an allegory for oppression, and Ryan Coogler has shown he knows how to write and direct films with them themes that aren't directly about it. So he would do a good job. If he wants to come on and be like a producer on it, even, I think that would add a lot of value. But cautiously optimistic. Now, Black Mirror. British franchise show, was brilliant for 2 seasons, got bought by Netflix, has slowly got worse. With the odd exception. One of them exceptions was Black Mirror Bandersnatch, which was a feature-length Black Mirror episode that was interactive and you could choose your own path.
Oh, I remember when that came out.
Yeah. Starring Will Poulter, actually, ironically. Really, really good. I enjoyed it. As someone who loved the early Black Mirror and felt like, apart from the occasional episode, it got steadily worse, Bandersnatch was really good. It's been removed from Netflix. This, I believe, either makes it or basically risks it being lost media. Because it's not just like a film getting taken down, where someone's pirated it.
Yeah, that's the tough thing. Unless you've got someone who's pirated every version.
So I'm not going to say too much because I want this stuff to stay alive. I have heard rumblings that there are some websites out there that have successfully pirated it with the correct paths and everything, which is incredible. Shout out to media conservationists. You people are the fucking goats. But this is crazy that Netflix would spend all this money and all this technology making this project, and they would just throw it away.
My brain's just remembered I have seen this film. Because I haven't watched any really of the Black Mirror episodes.
This is like it's like 6 or 7 years old now.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like I did watch that, and I'm now remembering. Yeah. Good film.
I don't know how it would be done. There needs to be a law put in place about media conservation. Especially from streaming platforms. Because like BBC, for instance, they keep a physical record of everything they put out. The only time they've lost stuff was like in the 60s or 70s when there was a massive fire. And that's why we lost loads of Doctor Who episodes.
You know what we need? Like there is that seed vault in Iceland or Norway or wherever.
Yeah.
And we have like the libraries that collect like a copy of every book.
Yeah.
There needs to be like a legal thing where it's like, if you're releasing a film or any like TV show or any sort of video-based media, you have to send a copy to this like institution that is going to have a vault full of everything.
Yeah, and do you know what I would love? Hear me out. You make it so that if the company that owned the rights to it goes bust, or once it becomes public domain, that you got all the stuff in that vault, right? It ticks the box that says no one owns this anymore, it's for the public. And then it goes onto a streaming platform, and you just make it. So, I mean, for us in Britain, I'd be okay that being like lumped in with like TV license, or you just make it so it's like £2 a month, and it's like anything that has ever been released that no longer has an owner or is public domain, you can guarantee is on here. Imagine how cool that would be. I would pay that £24 a year, even if I never boot it once, just because I know that money is going towards media conservation.
Yeah.
Would that not be phenomenal?
There's stuff that could be done. It's like the
problem is no companies are going to do anything without being forced to by law. I know it feels like we've spoken about it every week, but it's the biggest film of the year. Sinners has become only the 6th horror film in history to pass $200 million domestically in the US. Very impressive.
Yeah.
This goes to show what people have known for a while, but they keep on pretending they don't know. Black people in America want their stories told, and they're going to turn up for their stories if they're told earnestly and honestly and not just treated as a way to make money. So start giving them directors and writers who want to tell them stories the opportunity to do that.
Do you know what this also cements? That horror films are money makers.
Horror films always make money.
I know.
Don't get me wrong. They're never going to be films that like hit $1 billion. But how often do you hear of a horror film not making profit?
Yeah, exactly.
And do you know what it is? And I've said this a million times. If I was to ever be lucky enough to like end up being in a position where I can like financially support making films, like if I was to like get mega rich and become a billionaire or whatever, I would be like, I'm just going to give people money to make films. My only rule would be the person in charge of your money has to have made horror films, because they know how to work on a small budget. They don't need $100 million to make a realistic looking film. They know how to do it cheap.
Yeah,
they're the people I want. This kind of came out of nowhere after being silent for a while. Spider Noir.
Knew this was coming, but
we had the set leaks.
Yeah,
but we got the early set leaks, and they just went very quiet.
I want to say there was something recently I read where they were done.
That was like a day before the teaser came out. It was literally like Monday, filming is officially wrapped. Tuesday, here is teaser.
I don't know. I feel like I heard something a while about that something was going to be
maybe,
but I don't know.
But yeah, we got Spider Noir teaser. Apparently, although the teaser was just in black and white, they are going to be releasing it in black and white in color. I will, if that is a choice and like you can choose, I will be watching it in black and white.
Yeah.
It looks cool. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm not expecting magic. I'm not expecting it to be phenomenal, but it could be one of them things. It's one of them things that I won't be shocked if I end up going, holy fuck, that was actually really good. But I don't expect it to be good at the same time.
Here's the thing. It's not going to be as bad as Madam Web, probably. So that's already a win. And like you say, it has the chance of being like, this was actually pleasantly, like, surprisingly really good. So
I'm weirdly optimistic there might be something there. Marvel 1943, The Rise of Hydra, the video game set during the Second World War where you play as Captain America and Black Panther, has been delayed till early 2026. I think they are the only game to hear GTA is coming out early to mid 2026. We're going to delay to early 2026.
I mean, at this point, I'm not surprised when games delay.
No, I don't like. Anytime anything gets delayed from franchises I care about, I add on a year from whatever date they say and hope it's going to be around then.
I'll be honest. If you'd asked me last week, when's that game coming out, I'd have been like, don't know. So
I didn't even know it officially had been given a date. So yeah.
So the fact that it's getting pushed back, I'm like, oh, didn't realize you were coming out this year.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised as long as it manages to be as good looking as they're saying it's going to be, and it's got a compelling story. We will be there. Now on to some fucking mega exciting news. The last 2 days have been ridiculous. Krysten Ritter is officially returning as Jessica Jones for Born Again season 2. I have never got so excited as when I received that DM from you because I hadn't seen it yet. Oh my god.
I saw it and I was like, the crazy bastards are going to do it. They're going to do I'm now, the problem is, they've done one.
Yeah, I need someone to get eyes on Mike Coulter right now and tell me where he is, because if that man is anywhere near New York, I'm going to start getting very excited.
Like, I'm waiting for the announcement that Mike Coulter's returning as Luke Cage. And then we just got our boy Iron Fist, Finn Jones.
He will not be returning, I fear. Maybe I'm being a negative Nelly, but I don't think he's coming back. I'm
happy to be the only person to celebrate if he says he's back. But like, this is looking high potential that we get at least the Netflix squad back to help Daredevil.
Yeah. I think we could get another big surprise. Like from a street level character who wasn't in the Netflix shows. Like a Miss Marvel, a Moon Knight, a Kate Bishop, someone like that. Especially like Kate Bishop having a history with Kingpin directly.
Yeah. I could see
that
Kate
could be
Bishop
kind of cool. Just to make it feel a bit more connected and not just like they brought the Netflix shows back. But I'm liking where it's going. Jessica Jones was my fucking dude. If they can capture her vibe again, and maybe we get Jessica Jones return, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, I'm cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
Giving us like what they're going to do with Punisher, where he's getting like a little solo thing.
Yeah, even like a special presentation would be fucking cool. Yeah, absolutely.
I think
it's really, she was a great casting. She worked so hard. She was phenomenal. I'm so happy, like because people focused a lot on Charlie when the Netflix stuff went away.
Yeah,
fair enough. He was phenomenal. Daredevil was the most popular show. It always didn't quite sit right with me how quickly people moved on from Mike Coulter and Krysten Ritter, because they were both equally phenomenal. They just didn't have quite as good scripts, in my opinion. Bit more news on Wonder Man, the show coming this December. It's going to be 8 30-minute episodes. I'm still remaining positive because we know it got reworked post them realizing they were doing TV wrong.
Yeah.
However, we know how I feel about 8 30-minute episodes for a brand new character. It's not gonna help the character. It feels like they committed to doing it. They'd spent too much money. They had to release it.
Yeah, it's
maybe I'm being negative, but
nah, we've said it before. Like, we can only hope.
We can only hope. Ironheart trailer is coming out June 24th with a 3-episode premiere. There are rumours that it's only 6 episodes long and it's going to be a 3-episode premiere and then a 3-episode conclusion. If that is the case, Bob Iger, I challenge you to a boxing match. How many times, and like maybe you're sick of hearing it, maybe I'm sick of saying it, maybe everyone's sick of hearing it. Why are we not giving TV shows a chance?
I mean, it's Disney. This is the model they've picked, and they're not going to change.
Matt, the app that never stops evolving, is once again changing its name back to HBO Max. Now, before we rag on them, their Twitter admin has been very funny about this. Have you seen some of their tweets post the announcement?
No.
They have been memeing the shit out of themselves for how many times they've changed the name. I appreciate the Twitter manager at least pointing and laughing at the stupidity of the situation.
I wasn't going to rag on them. I was going to congratulate the design agency that persuaded them to do that rebrand in the first place. Probably got paid a fat bag. Then they probably came back to them like, we need to change something. They're like, we've got the idea. We'll just change colours. That'll work. Got another fat bag. And now they've come back to them and gone, we're struggling. We want to go back to HBO Max. And they're like, yeah, sure. We'll take you back to HBO Max. Probably got paid again. So, like, congratulations to the design agency that's just made the greatest swindle in history, because what a mess of a 2 years it's been for that brand. They'll have pitched probably a HBO as the name, but rebranded in a new visual or whatever. And then there'll also have been like something that was a bit more radical, or like the execs have gone, no, that's not different enough. What if we got rid of the HBO and they've gone, are you sure? I mean, we'll mock what they've mocked one up, and even the agency might not think it's that good of an idea. But at the end of the day, if the client goes, "That's the one we want," you go, "Okay." Like at the end of the day, it's their choice, and they probably did go, "We think this is better, but like you could do this one that's just Max and a more clean and a trimmed down," and they've gone, "We want that one."
Like, you know what it is? The agency has a rule that you present 5 options to the client. They had 4 options they were happy with, like just give them a shit one to fill out the rest, and they've gone for the shit one. It's like the bit in the fucking Simpsons movie. It's like, I choose option B. Yeah, like no thought, B.
And then it's ridiculous. Like they've come back 2 years later, and they're like, we think we want to go back to HBO because we've lost some brand recognition and stuff, and they're like, okay, sure.
And finally, but by no means minimally, Superman trailer.
We finally got the Superman trailer. A few months late of my prediction, but that's okay.
I didn't realise up until this trailer that we hadn't heard David Cornsweet properly speak as Superman or as Clark.
The only bit we'd had really was the bit when he tells
him in pain. He's like, go, literally. But I just hadn't realised. I really like the way he sounds. And then, like that conversation he's having with Lois. This idea that they're already together. You can tell that from some of the bits in the background. And he's like, oh, you can interview me as him. And Lois being the brilliant reporter, asking difficult questions. Love it. Very Lois Lane. Mm-hmm. And him being like, but she's like, you were there as like a symbol of the US. He's like, no, I wasn't. I was there as me trying to stop people from dying. That's the right thing to do. Yeah. And he's and it's beautiful because he's like, why is it so complicated? I have the ability to stop people from getting hurt. That's what I was doing. It's not bigger than that. It's not a political message from the president. I don't answer the fucking president. There was a little boy, and I'm telling you, the little boy we saw in like the teaser holding the thing going, Superman, please, is why he arrived. Probably. And it boils down to, I heard a boy asking for help. I helped. It doesn't need to be more complicated.
I like that we know Lois obviously understands him, but she's playing the devil's advocate with as a classic journalism, knows the sort of questions that other journalists would push and how they would twist it. So he's doing that in that interview. It looks so good.
The soundtrack on the track, like the audio mixing, like the way like it comes in, I literally felt like I was levitating. I felt like I was levitating
with the headphones in.
Yeah, literally. I understand that this kind of film isn't for everyone. And I know there are a lot of people who don't want this kind of Superman. And while I disagree, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. Absolutely. I don't care how negative you are on the internet. No one is going to be able to dent my excitement and belief in this film. Now, don't get me wrong. I might see the film and be like, "Holy fuck, that was a disappointment." There is a chance. It's happened before. Mm-hmm. But right now, as I sit here watching that trailer and seeing what I've seen, I'm so excited for the idea of hopeful superheroes to make a return.
The idea of this and Fantastic Four, it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I want to leave the cinema from a superhero film again with like my faith in humanity being restored, not just holy shit that was bleak.
No, I want to start a rebellion.
Yeah, I want to believe that people can be good, and it doesn't look like they're doing this like chosen one shit for Superman either. This is something I saw people talking about in like young adult fiction with like Harry Potters and books of that kind of ilk.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, it used to be you just met the person and they decided that to right the wrong. And then we moved into this like chosen one trope, which moved away from the idea of any person can make a situation better, which is bad because it's just left a bunch of people going, I'm not the chosen one, it's not my job to fix it, instead of everyone believing they have a responsibility to try and make the world better. It seems to be harping on the idea of Clark going, I have the ability to make the world better, therefore I have a responsibility to make the world better. Not, he's chosen to make the world better. He just can, so he has to. And I love that idea so much more.
Yeah. And what I think we're going to
Very
see
excited.
a little bit of public opinion being like against him because of how media is twisting it, to then the public opinion shifts to like, no, he is just doing good.
Yeah, absolutely. Such a good trailer. I'm so excited. The only other thing I'll say, which is kind of
crypto dot, or just been like lead on his stomach.
I know there are a lot of, I'm going to call them what they are, haters of Gunn. Are like, oh my god, James Gunn's so obsessed with crypto just because he wants it to be his own dog or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. All I do care about is I hope James Gunn cares as much about Robin and his relation to Batman as he cares about crypto and his relation to Superman. Because if I have to suffer for another Batman without a Robin, I'm gonna crash out.
I think he will.
I need the big screen to finally accept how crucial Robin is to Batman.